Welcome to the Almost Sunday podcast. Lucas Kloss, Joel Mendelson, Eli Cron. Got a lot to get to today. Trivia, as usual. You know, this is actually one of the last times we're going to be doing trivia until the regular season starts, because then we got other shit to worry about, boys. So,
Okay.
Buckle up. Going to jump into our Survivor picks. Week 1. So who's going to last the longest? It's not going to be me, apparently, because I'm shit historically at Survivors, but we'll see.
I think you're pretty good at them.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Bold prediction. Speaking of bold predictions, we're going to get to those later, 3 apiece. But first, going to start with some brief news, and we start with the Atlanta Falcons, who acquired Matt Judon from the New England Patriots and signed free agent safety Justin Simmons, both positions that people were talking about they should draft first round. Instead, they went with the quarterback. Eli, what kind of noise do you think the Falcons can make in the NFC?
I think they're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out. I got them winning their division. Kirk Cousins obviously is a big step up than any quarterback they've had recently. Also, Bijan Robinson, right? He's going to have a massive season. Everyone's predicting this. I believe it too. He's just primed for a great season. We've seen his skill, and if he goes off like how he's supposed to, Falcons are going to be very hard to beat. So yeah, I see them making the playoffs and being a tough out. I don't think they can go too far in the playoffs, but it'll be a good first season to kind of see where they are and how competitive they are with Kirk Cousins.
You think they could win a playoff game?
It'll be close. I'm not going to say they'll win a playoff game, but it'll be tough. They won't be an easy beat.
Okay, Joel?
Do I think they're going to win a playoff game?
What do you expect from the Falcons this year?
Well, then I'm going to be going into my bold predictions, so I don't really want to talk about
Oh, you don't want to spoil, do you?
Yeah, no.
Okay, you can save that for now. Save it for now.
I don't think they're going to win a playoff game.
I think they could win a playoff game, but it depends. It really depends who they play, because say we're looking at the NFC North, we all think right now the Lions are going to win that division. I think we all have the Packers in, right? If they run into the Packers, I would take the Packers still. I just think they're better. I think Jordan Love's better. Also, I feel like Jordan Love has accomplished as much as Kirk Cousins has already in his career because of the playoff game that he won and the other one that he could have won. Whereas how many playoff games has Kirk won? I think
you
one,
can't say could have won.
maybe
You can't add could have won for
Yeah,
Jordan Love.
could have won.
You wouldn't say could have won for anybody else.
Sure. But the
Josh
one
Allen
playoff
could have
game,
won. Fucking.
well, he's actually won other playoff games, so he's already a step above. But it's like Kirk Cousins, he beat the Saints, I know, in that upset game. And so what else has he really done in the playoffs other than choke his guts out? So I'm not really buying that. I do think on paper they clearly have the best team in that division, and I think their roster is actually loaded. I love them, their team everywhere in the regular season. Quarterback, he's good enough in the regular season. Offensive line, top 10. Weapons, probably top 10. Arguably, it depends what Pitt still is, because we still don't know somehow. Feels like he should be better. Bijan, I agree with Eli and everyone that he's going to go nuts this year. And the defense is better than people think. They were a top 3 red zone defense last year. I think they're going to be really good. I wouldn't be surprised if they won 12 games, but winning more than one playoff game, that would really surprise me. Next, according to Sleeper, which is the app we all use for fantasy, Anthony Richardson projected to be the 6th most productive quarterback when it comes to overall points. Joel, what are your expectations for Richardson this year?
That sounds pretty good to me, honestly. Because he played 4 games last year and he had 7 touchdowns. And I think 3 of them were rushing. No, 3 of them were passing. 4 of them were rushing. That's nice for fantasy. 4 rushing touchdowns in 4 games is beautiful for quarterback. So, I don't know. I love Anthony Richardson, though. I'm high on the Colts. I'm high on all of those people. And I think Anthony Richardson, if he can stay healthy, is going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, you love the head coach too more than anyone I know, but
he's epic.
Yeah, I think he's great too, but bloody hell, it's like a love affair.
Well, you keep asking about it, so I keep telling you about it.
I've not asked about it that many times, okay? That's what
man.
Maybe twice.
I don't think I just bring up Shane Steichen.
Hey guys. You do.
No, I don't.
I'm like, oh, you gonna go to the gym today? You're like, still Shane Steichen. Killing it.
Yeah, AR is a fantasy quarterback. I think he's going to be at least 6th most productive quarterback. Easy, man. He might not be getting as many rushing touchdowns, right? Because he's already been injured off of that. So I think he'll take a step back, but he'll still get enough points. I think he has a heck of an arm. And they just have a great team around him, lots of weapons. And I think he's poised for a great season.
Here's the thing. I'm way more skeptical about Richardson than anyone else seems to be. The flashes we saw were nice, but he still only has 50 completions in the league. It's like we still haven't seen shit. So I don't really know. What I have seen is him try to steamroll linebackers 1v1, and that's just not going to work in the NFL. It's worked on short-term basis for Cam Newton and for Josh Allen, but we'll
Cam
see.
Newton was kind of long-term.
That was not long-term, dude. His career was cut way short, especially if you look at how weird his career was, where it's like one great year and then one off year and then another good year and then off year and then MVP out of nowhere. It's not a playing style that is forgiven. You know, we see all these guys. Like, I think Josh Allen's going to have a shorter career because he doesn't change his play style. And I worry about it with all these guys. We saw it happen with another Colts quarterback in Andrew Luck. I don't like to see Hurts constantly trying to do the same thing. Joe Burrow as well is doing it. They need to learn to slide, go down. If Richardson continues to try and run over guys, I'm not high on them at all. I think he will get hurt again, not a matter of if, but when. So I'm super worried. 6th best quarterback for fantasy. Okay, if he stays healthy, I could see that. If he doesn't stay healthy, obviously no chance.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to pull it back a little bit. Not fully, but like his coach is probably saying to him, you can't be making that dumbass move anymore. Don't be making these high risk plays, right?
He better.
And then he has to, right? Like I feel like there's no way he gets put in a position where he has to dive through like a whole linebacker tackle, right?
They kept using him on the goal line too. I would definitely do less of that. Just give it to Jonathan Taylor. It's fine.
Yeah, you got JT.
Also, they have more than enough weapons. You know, Pittman's great. They have Josh Downs. They drafted a rookie, Adonai Mitchell. We'll see how he is, but all signs point to him being really good. But of course, there's like a dozen new rookie wide receivers that are all expecting to be sick, so who knows? But they have enough weapons there. I think if they cool it a little bit, let him develop, run less, for the love of God. You don't have to eliminate it completely from his game plan, obviously, because that'd be ridiculous. But just limit it a bit. Throw the ball as much as you can. Run it with JT. I expect him to have a monster season as well. So, what do I really expect from the Colts this year, though? Probably 8-9 wins. That's what I would say. But if they made the playoffs, if they snuck in, definitely wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It's time for bold predictions, 3 apiece. I'm going to go first, and then Joel's going to go with his Atlanta one because I want to know what's going on there. So I'm just going to give my first one, and it is Joe Burrow wins MVP. Right now his odds are at plus 900. Now some people are, it's not bold. He's a top 3-4 quarterback, whatever. Suck my dick. Dude is always injured. He's never been there yet. He's like maybe one time in his career he's been even in the discussion, and they still got eliminated in the AFC Championship against Mahomes. Pain in the ass. But I like them over there. Like, I don't look at rosters the same way everyone else does. I think obviously the quarterback elevates the roster to the next level. So I think they have a top 5 roster, if maybe top 6. T. Higgins still there. Jamar Chase, obviously they love that kid. Yossi Vash at wide receiver as well. Mike Gesicki is there at their tight end now. That's a position they always talk about wanting to use more. And when Burrow's there, they do use it more, whether it's Irv Smith or Tanner Hudson or all these weird guys. And I think Gesicki's better than any of those guys. So I think he's actually going to have a nice little season with them. Joe Burrow wins the division, wins MVP. Thoughts?
Lucas doesn't look at rosters like other people look at rosters.
Okay, that's not how I meant it. Absolute flat. Okay, that's it. That's what he took from that.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna let Eli go, but
No, yeah. So I'm with you there, Lucas. I was thinking he could make an MVP run. New haircut, right? We saw what happened with Vladdy on the Blue Jays. As soon as he cuts his hair, he goes nuclear. Just a completely swap of a season. And we know Joe Burrow likes to do this. Gets injured one season, comes back the next season, goes nuts. And this is that season. He was injured all last season pretty much, so it's looking good.
Also, when the games he did play last season, not after the first 3, after he got over that calf injury, his stats literally led the NFL in basically everything.
Yeah, I do think that if he can stay healthy the whole year, that there's no reason why he couldn't win MVP. But that's just the question.
The only thing standing in the way, obviously, is other people having monster seasons. Stroud, Mahomes, whoever.
Yeah, but I feel like coming off an injury, people want Joe Burrow to win MVP. It's like,
Yeah, there's voter fatigue too. Probably, Mahomes is in there all the time. McCaffrey,
comes
whatever.
back and people remember how good Joe Burrow is. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this guy's gonna be the best.
Yeah, people love a new story. Okay, Joel, give us a bold prediction.
My first bold prediction is Justin Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year, plus 1,300. Think about it like this, okay? DeAndre Hopkins, all those years, he had all those different quarterbacks, and he was still 1,000 yards every year. He was epic every year. I think Justin Jefferson might be better. So who says he can't just go out there and do it with any quarterback? That's plus 1,300. So I'd say that's pretty bold. My next is the one that has to do with the Falcons, and that's that I think the Buccaneers will win the AFC South.
Wow.
What, man?
They're
Baker
clicking,
Sheffield?
man. They're clicking. They're going for it. I think they know each other. They're more familiar than this new team with their new Kirk Cousins. It's like things don't just work right away. Take some time to get into the groove of things.
Well,
So maybe
Baker worked right away with the Bucks literally last year, isn't it?
Baker's special, buddy.
Rain would have loved
that
this,
one.
man.
Sound like rain.
Right
Yeah.
into that
Sound
one.
like a borderaineristic.
And then my third bold prediction: Caleb Williams to throw 4,000 yards plus 350.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love
My
that.
friend Lucas here told me that 10 quarterbacks
Yeah.
did it last year, so I believe Caleb Williams can do it this year. Got
I
some
don't think
good talent around him.
I don't think it's that bold, though.
Plus 350, same as Lucas's MVP prediction, I believe.
No, plus 900, bud.
Ah, shit.
Plus
I mean,
900.
he has a lot of hype around him.
Triple.
Shit ton of hype.
Literally triple.
Okay, well, when I looked at the list, he was pretty far down.
Okay.
So,
Okay, the list, huh?
No, I like that though. I definitely like him to throw for 4,000. I'd say it's more likely than not, just because I think he's going to be probably the best quarterback in that conference.
Okay, that throw to
Very soon.
Roma Dunza.
Roman Dunze,
Yeah.
Cole Kmet, love what I'm seeing
Rope.
from him in the preseason. I don't think they're going to run too much. I'm still not so
Keenan's-
sure about that O line.
Stay intact. That'd be pretty cool. Keenan doesn't break his foot like he does every year.
I don't hate the Bucks shout out just because they do have a lot of talent on that team. I love Mike Evans. I am worried about his health just because he's an older receiver. I had him in fantasy last year. I didn't understand all the hate from him. He's a great receiver. He's been literally historically great his whole career. He's got a record of his own. I forget what it is, but he does have one. He's been extremely productive his entire career. Godwin's
I
still
think
there.
it's consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. Maybe.
I think that's what it is as well. It's pretty nuts. Like his production is always off the hook. And the Jefferson thing I love too. People forget how good he is. Like, bro, this guy barely played last year. He played 10 games and was nuts. And so him winning Offensive Player of the Year, yeah, and he already proved last year he can do it with any quarterback. He had Dobbs and Nick Mullins. Yeah, it sucks that J.J. McCarthy's out, but Sam Darnold can throw the ball somewhere and Justin Jefferson can go get it. Like he's been talk about a guy who's been historically great to enter the year or to enter his career. Unreal. So those are other than the Caleb Williams one, bold enough. But I like those.
Jefferson, I'm not really buying that. People say, like I guess you, Lucas, just said, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what quarterback Jefferson has thrown to him. But I think it does. It definitely does matter, and it factors into my decision when I'm thinking of guys like Jamar Chase, and you have Joe Burrow throwing him these dimes compared to Sam Darnold throwing Jefferson these shitty ass balls where he has to reach across his body and get cranked for, right? So I think I would rather take a guy like Jamar Chase to win the Offensive Player of the Year. You know what I mean?
I'm saying he has a better chance of winning it because he has a shitty quarterback, Because, like, obviously you'd rather have Joe Burrow throwing him the ball, but at the same time, it's
That's
like,
not
I
a
think
better
he's
chance,
still-
though.
I also
But
do
it's just
think
like more of a story.
ever so slightly, I also just think Jefferson is a better receiver than Jamar. So I think that's a huge
Yeah.
factor.
No, I think they're right together, man.
They're very
Or
close.
even.
I'd take either one, but I think Jefferson is better. Well, I think he's the best receiver in the league, and I don't think Jamar's even number 2 at this point.
I think Tyreek is 1, Jamar
Yeah.
2,
I know you flip-flop on
CD3,
this left, right.
and then 4 Jefferson. It's very close, but
TD is now better than Jefferson.
I think so. I think
Such
so.
a prisoner of the moment, man.
I'm a prisoner of genius. That's what I am. A prisoner.
Okay.
of.
CD's
give
pretty
us-
good. I don't think he's better than Jamar or
Jefferson or okay.
No,
whatever.
CD's just getting started too, man.
All right, Mr. Genius, give us your bold predictions.
Okay, you guys are gonna love this one. Guarantee you that. Brock Bowers is going to have a Sam Laporta type rookie season. Boom. How about that?
I hate it. So Laporta led
That's
all
a
tight
bold
ends.
prediction, buddy. Jeez.
Yeah,
I
that's
had some
very-
balls doing that. You guys were just like in your little box there.
That's a bit too
But,
bold.
yeah,
Well, I only give you one.
We got Gardner Minshew at the helm, all right, on the Raiders. That hey, Minshew's a journeyman. He can throw the ball. He's been playing for a minute now. He knows what he's doing. And I think
So
Brock
funny.
Bowers is just going to fucking take off, man. I really believe it. I like what I saw out of Georgia from him. He's just a dynamic tight end that people are sleeping on, honestly. And he's going to kill it.
You know why this is so funny, Joel? We just talked about the quarterback for Jefferson compared to the quarterback for Chase. And now he's talking about
But I'm not
Bowers.
saying he's going to be the best.
Hold on. And now we're talking about Brock Bowers having a Laporta type season. Laporta had Jared Goff. And
Which no
Brock
one thought
Bowers
was
had
that good.
Gardner Minshew. What do you
No one
Uh,
thought Jared Goff was that good going into the
Jared
season.
Goff's always been pretty good, at least.
been a
He's
Super
like
Bowl.
But, like,
his lowest was.
Because you called him tiny hands, tiny dick. Like you always you always went at him for that, right? Cold hands or whatever.
Tiny hand.
Um,
in the cold, yeah.
Exactly. So man, you've talked enough shit about him to last a lifetime.
But he's a good QB.
But that's not the same though, because Jefferson, we're talking about him getting first place, winning the offensive player of the year. This is not Brock Bowers winning, being the best. I'm just saying he's going to be really, really fucking good.
Well, Laporta was the best tight end.
Yeah, Laporta season, like up there,
So are you saying like top 5 tight end, top 3,
top 5. I'm saying.
top 5? Okay, well, that's not very bold, is it?
What? That's incredibly bold, man.
That's rather bold, yeah. No,
Oh,
I'll
top
take
five.
that. I'll take that.
Okay, that's 1 for 1 there. Next.
Texans will not have a better season than the last one. Okay, I think.
Ooh.
I know C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, Nico Collins. They all balled out last season, but I think this might be a case where it's going to be very hard to replicate that level of a season. And D'Amico Ryan's first season as their head coach too. Like I feel like a lot went right for them last season, and it's not close to a guarantee that they'll be better than that last season. I think maybe they'll tie their record, but definitely not a better season.
It's very bold. I like this. Do you think they're going to win a playoff game? They won one last season. Are they going to win a playoff game?
I don't think they'll win a playoff
They're
game.
not going to win a playoff game.
They
Wow.
won't win a playoff game.
Wow.
Regression.
I like that. You know what? That's very bold, and I respect that because I've said it before. History says that either the Texans or the Packers, one of them is not making the playoffs. Yes. That's just the way the league works. It's not as linear as it could be. I just have trouble seeing how either of these teams didn't get better. Now, the Packers, to me, all clearly got better. Did the Texans really get better? To me, not really. I think they're kind of the same. I just think that their experience will make them better. So I don't hate it. And if between those two teams, if one of them's going to regress, I would probably say Houston. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, second-year head coach now. LaFleur is basically a vet at this point. That team was already the youngest team in the league last year in the Packers. So, okay.
Yeah.
Right, nice and bold. So what do you think about that?
I don't agree with it, but it is pretty bold. So that's cool. But I still think
I don't agree with it
Texans
either,
are
but
gonna be
I
good.
like the boldness.
Yeah, it's quite bold. Congratulations on your
Okay.
boldness.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have anything else, honestly.
Okay, I'm going to get to my other two bold predictions here since I only gave you guys my first. Rams making the NFC Championship, boys. I know you don't buy it, neither of you, but I have them winning that division. And I love this team this year. Don't burp at me, please. I have them winning that division this year, and I think they're going to be absolutely sick. You lose Aaron Donald, fine. That's a problem. Can't replace him. Obviously, you cannot because he's maybe the greatest defensive player ever. I love their draft. I love what they do defensively.
Great.
And I love Sean McVay, and I love that roster. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I'm saying they're making it to the NFC Championship game.
I don't like it. I have to look at. I'm not like. There's no way that you think they're that high up there.
I do. I think they're.
I think they're
I
a
think
top 4 team in the NFC.
Oh yeah, big time.
I think
Easily.
the 49ers will easily beat them
Not
in
buying
a
it.
playoff game.
Not buying
You don't
it.
think so? Like,
Here's one thing I really don't like. Well, another thing I don't like for the Niners. One, Super Bowl hangover already. That's a thing. Another thing
not
is,
with a team like
what
that.
have we heard from the Rams this offseason other than great shit? It's been super quiet. They've just had a great draft. They had the first pick in the draft to grab a defensive player. They grabbed the best one on paper in Jared Verse. They've heard no noise from them. Now Puka's dealing with a minor injury. Stafford, okay. But the Niners has been nothing but noise. They've had to rework contracts. McCaffrey, Trent Williams sitting out. Brandon Ayuk, still know what's happening with him. That rookie they drafted at wide receiver, Ricky Pearsall, has dealt with not one, but like 2 or 3 injuries. So they don't know what's happening. I do not like what I'm hearing from the Niners at all. I still think they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to be the same team that they were last year. I think I don't like all this nonsense that I'm hearing from them. McCaffrey now dealing with that calf. Like, we've seen what that can do.
Yeah.
Dealing with one injury, it leads to another so fast. I'm so worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the exact status of it. Like, he could be totally fine to go. You know, like at this point, we don't have that good of an idea. So he could be like pretty much 100% right now. You know, like heading into the season. If that's a big worry about the 49ers, then I'm not worried about them beating the Rams. You know, I think McCaffrey's going to have a great season.
I think they'll
real.
split, and I think Rams will win the division.
I don't hate the Rams just because I like Stafford so much, but I don't think they're all that, honestly. I guess it is bold. I don't like them going. I wouldn't pick them to do it.
Okay, we hit the bold mark at least. Okay,
Yeah.
my third one. Brian Thomas for the Jacksonville Jaguars will be the second most productive rookie wide receiver in the league this year. People are going to hate this, but I'm loving it because Malik Neighbors has to deal with Daniel Jones. I love Malik Neighbors. I think he's going to be great. But Daniel Jones is horrific and injury prone. I don't even think he's going to start the whole season. I think eventually they're going to stick Drew Lock in there and see what happens. But Trevor Lawrence, his whole thing coming out of college, he's a deep ball thrower. Whenever he gets his deep ball going, that's when that team clicks. The Jags were vying 10 weeks into last season, vying for the 1 seed, playing the Ravens for an in-a-night game. Whoever wins that game is sitting at the 1 seed. Obviously, Lawrence got hurt in that game. I don't think it would have mattered. I think in the end, the Ravens are just a better team. They would have won anyway. But the Trevor Lawrence was having a great season until that injury. They lose Calvin Ridley. They still have Kirk there. I think Brian Thomas is going to snake Kirk for that 1 spot as the season goes on. Gabe Davis also there. It's going to really open up their offense. Etienne's still there. Ingram's still there. I think Brian Thomas is going to be the second most productive rookie after Marvin Harrison Jr.
Damn, that's bold. That's bold.
Yeah, what about
I'm not even going to lie. I never even heard of that guy, to be honest.
Rome Odunze, I think, is going to be at best the 2, but probably the 3 in Chicago. So I think he'll need another year before he really takes a spot. I love DJ Moore there, still being the 1. So I think Brian Thomas is going to take it. Now there's rookie receivers everywhere, so this one's like really hard for me. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm a big Trevor guy. I think him and Brian Thomas, they're going to click. I like what I'm hearing.
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know who he is either, Eli.
How low did he go in the draft?
Went low AF.
Yeah? Like what round?
Get exactly where. First or second round.
Okay.
Where did you find this man?
Well, I remember seeing it when they drafted him. I was like, hello. What you doing there?
Okay. Has he been killing it in the preseason?
First round out of LSU. Boom. Lock it in,
Not
boys.
that low. Not real low then.
Well, low is in like low in the draft, you know, like early in the draft.
That's not how you could describe that at all. I thought you were talking like 5th round pick. You're like, oh, look at this.
People
guy.
do both. I prefer to say he went high in the draft as well, but yeah, I get your
And
point.
you say he's going to be the second best?
Second best after Marvin Harrison.
Second best?
Second most productive. Just this year, by the way. Just this year. That's what I'm saying.
I could definitely see that with Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. But
You paint a nice
I
picture.
mean, they have a bit of a packed wide receiver room, though, if I remember correctly. So it might be hard for him to kind of
I don't know. I feel like
get
they
a
have
lot of
bunch
targets, right?
A bunch of twos. Gabe Davis is at best at 2. Kirk
he's
really
he's
a
a
1.
deep ball guy though.
Yeah, he's a deep ball
Yeah.
guy.
Christian Kirk's the 1, I would say. Barely.
A 1. Probably barely
Barely.
a 1, yeah.
Like I can see him having like a Jackson Smith-Njigba type season, right? You have your 2 wide receivers up front taking the majority of the share of the targets, and then just the third guy is kind of just in no man's land a little bit. So you catch the odd ball, right? You don't get
Why I think that's
enough
different
opportunities.
is because the guys sitting in front of Jackson Smith-Jigba were so much better than the guys sitting in front of Brian Thomas. Because DK is a bona fide 1, absolute stud. Tyler Lockett is not just a deep ball guy. He can really do it all. He's extreme open area quickness. He's a massive matchup problem. So I think it's a lot harder for the rookie in that scenario to take one of their jobs. Whereas here, I think it's pretty open.
Yeah.
Like Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs, I think that is pretty open, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's not really the bona fide 1 there. Now, Lawrence does have a connection with Christian Kirk, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay.
Okay. I had one more bold prediction too before
Well, did
you
you?
moved on. Yeah, you only got to 2 of them. So my last one, Kyron Williams will lead the NFL in rushing.
Oh, my Lord.
Bold, right? Bold.
Very bold.
Bold. Okay. And man, he was popping off for so many 100-yard rushing games last season. Like he kind of came out of nowhere and took over. And I see him having a full off season of rest. He's going to be ready to go, and he's going to shock people. I can really see him just going nuts this season.
Okay, that's bold, but I hate it. I really hate it.
Really?
Yeah, because 1,
Hey, I know we got Bijan coming up here. I know Bijan's supposed to have a nut season.
Nick
I know
Chubb's
CMC.
coming back.
Always. Chubb is going to be destroyed for his whole life, I bet. But no, Kyron, from what we've seen so far, there's no reason not to think that he could lead the NFL in rushing. Honestly, he's so explosive.
hold on. He was great for them last year, not taking anything away. But they also drafted Blake Corum at running back. That's such a weird one for them. So it's like Blake Corum is like a stud, flashy running back. He might come in and take some reps away from him. That's one reason I really don't like it. And my other reasons that I don't like it are because Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon Barkley exist. So I just
Listen, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, but I think he's in that pack though. He's in that conversation, and I think people are kind of sleeping on him a little bit. That's why I think he'll do it.
What do you think about that?
I really don't like. I would never ever think of that in a million years. Honestly,
You should put money on it.
Well, people like even Derrick Henry on the fucking Ravens. You know, it's like that comes to mind.
Not Henry, bro. Henry's too old to get that.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. Yeah, I'd rather take Derrick Henry for it too.
It's tough. It's a tough one, but you guys will be laughing. You'll be laughing once this hits, or crying actually.
You're right
I'll be
about that,
laughing.
Eli. We're gonna gas you up, bro.
Okay.
Fucking
All right. All right, let's go.
Cover me in hair.
I'm putting money on that. F it. I'm putting money on it.
You better. You better.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
All right, boys. It's time for Survivor picks. Week 1, we're gonna be tracking this every week. I've only done Survivor 3 times. Twice. The first 2 times I did it, I was out in week 1. So
Loser, man. Loser.
I'm historically dog shit at Survivor, but doing it again. Last year, I got eliminated because I picked Joel's stupid Dallas Cowboys to beat the Arizona Cardinals with Josh Dobbs, and they couldn't do it. They got absolutely
my fault.
screwed.
Totally my fault. Yeah.
Well, look at your sweater, bud. So
Barry Jones, buddy.
So I made them lose to Josh Dobbs. Yeah.
you did. You cast some hex over them in the shape of a star.
You played your
And
part.
I didn't like it, and it hurt me. But we're going to reveal our picks this week, and we're going to do it every week, obviously, and we're going to see who gets the furthest. I'm going to go first. I'm taking Eli's Seahawks over the Broncos. I just think this is one of the safer ones. I looked at, obviously, a bunch of different picks for this early week. This was actually one of the last picks I even considered, but when I really think about it, I like the new head coach for Seattle. Eli, what's your head coach's name, bro?
I don't know off the top of my head right now, to be honest.
Mike.
Yeah. Mike! He was great for the Ravens last year. They had the best defense in the league. I think he's going to get their defense. They have some nice pieces, too, on defense. Witherspoon, Julian Love it. So I really like that. And offensively, they still have the same guys. Tyler Lockett, DK, Kenneth Walker. I think Charbonnet is going to take another step forward. I think Jackson Smith's going to take another step forward. Gino was kind of wishy-washy last year. I think he'll be a bit better. Not that much better, but
You think?
just a bit. It's really not a bad roster. So, and that's another team I really like their draft. So I like them over the Broncos. Rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. Like what I'm seeing in the preseason, but are they really going to go nuts on the Seahawks in Seattle, one of the hardest places to play week 1? I don't think so. Seahawks over the Broncos, that's my pick.
I love it, man. I think you nailed the head on that one. All right. But what I'm going with is the Bengals over the Patsies. All right. Listen, we've been hyping up the Bengals for so long. There's no reason they stumble over the Pats. This is going to be a muck show, I think. Without Bill Belichick at the helm with the Pats, I think I don't think their defense is going to be nearly as strong. And
statistically, the most popular pick, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it makes
The
sense.
biggest favorite.
Yeah.
The thing is with the survivor pool, you got to save the good teams. So
No.
I'm thinking the Bengals
That-
are going to be good,
I'm just trying
and
to get
that's
past
why
week
I'm
5,
also picking the Seahawks over
Let's
the
go.
Broncos because I can't see myself wanting to pick the Seahawks down the line, and I don't think the Broncos are going to be good week 1. So
This is like the classic week 1 trap kind of thing, you know? I'm not picking the easy team because I want to save the best teams for later, right? You got to make it to later first. You got to make it to those later weeks before you even start considering the shitty teams, right?
I just don't think the Broncos are going to beat the Seahawks week 1 though.
Yeah, but it's a lot more. It's a lot more of a closer game than the Bengals over the Pats.
Here's some other honorable
Yeah.
mentions. I did consider the Bengals for sure, just because I think they're just a way better team. But they start off slow. That's the only thing that gave me hesitation. They always lose week 1, but that's usually they're against better teams or
Yeah.
against a divisional opponent like the Browns or the Steelers. So I do like the Bengals. I thought about the Bills. They're like 6.5-point favorites against the Cardinals, but that's such a weird one where it's like the Bengals start slow, the Bills start fast, but Kyler's back and they got weapons. I like their head coach from what I saw last year. That one was like iffy. My original pick, though, was going to be the Saints over the Carolina Panthers.
I had that one too.
I
That
can't
could be a weird one.
wrap my arms around the Saints. I do not like Dennis Allen, that head coach. Like he might be that first head coach to be fired this year. Him
Right
and all.
after Nick Sirianni.
Okay, slow your roll there, buddy.
After their first loss.
I don't like the head coach there. I think the defense keeps getting older, and they're not doing much to fix it. The O-line is still a mess. Derek Carr, I never believed in, so I just can't quite do it. Like if Bryce Young manages to land like a deep ball and a half to like Xavier Leggett or Deontay Johnson, I feel like they could win that game. So I'm just steering clear. Okay. There you go. I swear to God, Joel, if you and I both get eliminated week 1, I'm going to be losing my
Easy win, boys. My Seahawks won't let you down.
I don't like how you didn't even pick your own Seahawks. But
Norm McDonald's got that shit on lock.
okay, rest in peace, Norm. It's time. Before we get to trivia, it is time for my Super Bowl bubble, boys. Now, everyone's calling it a Super Bowl bubble. You know what? This is Lucas's
Bubble boy.
loop. That's what we're calling this.
Bubble boy.
No, Lucas's loop.
Bubble boy.
Okay, enough with that. I wish I never said bubble. So here we go. You guys have in front of you, inside the bubble, the Chiefs, Lions, Bengals, Packers, Rams, and Texans. I think all of these teams are viable Super Bowl contenders, and all of them should be looking towards the Super Bowl. Obviously, don't look ahead. Focus on your division first. But I think all of these teams can get to and win the Super Bowl. Chiefs, obviously. What do I need to explain? Lions, best roster in the NFC. Bengals, Joe Burrow. I think he's the second best QB in the league. And to me, if you're the second best QB in the league, you're always a contender. The Packers, I love what I'm seeing from this team. I think even though the Lions are going to win that division, I think the Packers can make a ton of noise. Don't think anyone would want to see that team coming in to their stadium. The Rams, already talked about it. Loving Stafford, love the veteran experience on that team, love the coach. Houston Texans, I'm not big on the whole Stephon Diggs signing. I don't really know if he's the same guy anymore. I don't know if he's going to be the 2 or the 3. I don't think he's going to be the 1. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they honestly traded him come midseason just to get something on defense or something else like that. I don't think they made too many huge additions, but I do like the Houston Texans. I love the direction they're moving in. So that is the inside of Lucas's loop. And on the outside of the loop, looking in, I'm still giving respect to the 49ers. I think they'll be a wild card team. Talk about a team with playoff experience. They have it. I'm worried about them, obviously. I don't think they're going to go super far in the playoffs this year, but they could. Like, it wouldn't shock me. Buffalo Bills, respect to Josh Allen. I think he's the third best QB in the league. And here's the thing. Everyone is trying to be clever and now say Miami Dolphins are winning that division. I'm not buying it. When Cam Newton won MVP, who do you have at receiver? Ted Ginn, Devin Funchess. These are not ones and twos. He had a solid running back, and he had Greg Olsen at tight end. Great tight end at that time. Josh Allen now has 2 tight ends, and Dawson Knox, and ahead of him is going to be Dalton Kincaid. He's got Curtis Samuel. He's got Khalil Shakir. They got the rookie, Keon Coleman. I think he's going to have a better season than people think. James Cook at running back, I think they're going to win that division. I think he could have one of his actually better seasons. So people call me a Josh Allen hater, but I'm just always right on him. I'm just a realist, okay? And the Philadelphia Eagles, I love me some Jalen Hurts. I love their offseason. I love their draft. So give me the Eagles. Outside looking in. Thoughts first, we'll start with Eli.
Man, I just like how now the Eagles are on the outside looking in, and I don't even think, like in one of our early offseason podcasts, you didn't have them making the playoffs, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy how far we've come.
I already made the amendment, buddy.
Crazy how far we've come. But
I did.
Texans, we know what I feel about them already, so I think they cannot be in the inside the bubble. They could be outside looking in, maybe. That's even pushing it a little bit for me. But I think you need to put the 49ers inside the bubble. I think, yeah, it's just crazy how they're not a Super Bowl contender in your eyes. They definitely have all the talent in the world, even without Ayuk. I think they're a very strong team. Shanahan knows what he's doing.
I very much agree. I think the 49ers need to be in there over the Packers and even the Texans. It's just like all you're basing this on is that there's some noise and that they're talking about trading Ayuk. And it's
well,
just
not
like,
all.
It's the same team. And it's still Shanahan. It's still McCaffrey. And it's still Deebo Samuel and fucking George Kittle, even if he's a dinosaur.
But here's my problem with that.
They gotta be in there.
I don't think the same team is enough. I think the Lions are better than they were last year. The Packers are better than they were last year. The Rams are better than they were last year. Other teams in the NFC are better than they were last year. Not Dallas, but the Eagles were. The Eagles are. The Bears are. The Niners, if they're the same team, to me, that is not a Super Bowl contender.
I think for that team, it's enough.
For those teams, they started lower. The 49ers are already up here. The Lions and the Packers making improvements were here, and now they're climbing up. But the 49ers are already here, man. They're already that good.
The Packers were winning that game in the playoffs. They had it before they completely blew it. And the Lions even
experience.
The Lions
they blew
the game away. Yeah, they blew it. The Niners didn't win it. They blew it. The Lions was even worse. They were up by 17 that championship game. That was a disaster. That was I don't understand how head coach didn't get throttled for that. But it's like
the Lions should be in there, but Packers shouldn't. Even the Rams, you're basing this off your whole thing that you just love the Rams. But I still think the 49ers are better than the Rams.
That there, right?
The 49ers have
the Niners. That's why I have them in that position, of course.
One of the best defenses in the league, too, man.
Their defense, they're getting older, too.
They're good, man. They're really good, though.
We'll see. Hufanga coming back, I do like, but
cool.
They worry me as well with their age, and not just on the defense, by the way. George Kittle too.
Not.
Man, you watch that receiver show. Debo and Kittle are hurt like every other second. Man, they're dying.
Yeah, and look at them. They still got to the Super Bowl and almost beat Mahomes.
Yeah, well, almost. Yeah, but close, but no cigar.
It went to overtime.
Yeah, they had the ball.
You were having trouble saying almost, but it was in overtime, man.
Well, no, they almost did it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. The Eagles almost did it. And then look at what happened to the Eagles last year. Big time collapse. So things will happen.
That's Sirianni's poo.
Right, yeah. And Shanahan has been a part of like 3 different Super Bowl collapses. So that's
you learn
more he's making it there
than success.
Well, he must be very experienced then by now.
He's going to be the smartest guy ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the 4th time's the charm for him.
Yep.
Hey, I've heard that saying before.
Sure haven't. But anyway, moving on. It is time, boys, for one of the final trivias of this pod ever. No, I'm kidding.
I've been dialed lately too. I've been on fire. No one can stop me. Not
Wow.
even Rain, man.
Soft quite a bit. You won the last one. You didn't blow it. So good for you. Finally, you didn't pull a Shanahan. Haha, too soon.
Yeah.
Okay, are you boys ready?
Yes, sir.
Joel, how many teams had more than one wide receiver over 1,000 yards?
4.
No. Spoiler, it's less than 10.
Okay. I was gonna say 20. 6.
7.
No.
This is one of those types of games.
yeah.
Let's just go down.
So it's 2 receivers over 1,000 yards on each team?
Yeah, no one had 3.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Less than we think. I'm saying 3.
It is 3.
Okay.
Shit.
It is. Okay. 1-0. Eli, you start. How many wide receivers went over 1,000 yards?
How many? I had an exact number, man? Damn.
Yep.
So this might take a while to get, bro.
Less than 55.
Okay. Jeez. Like, I'll have to, look through the teams here.
Just
Is
guess.
that okay?
No.
35?
18.
No.
21.
No. It's more than 15. Obviously.
19.
No.
17.
No. You just now you're doing this.
20.
Receivers are better than that. No.
27. and a half.
Yes.
Wait, is it actually 27?
27.
Yes, sir. I knew it, man. I counted them all in my head, too.
Wow, that's epic. That's absolutely epic.
That's cool.
Yeah, the 27th guy was
Scary Terry.
Terry. Yeah.
Oh,
Terry.
holy shit, I said that.
Okay, what's going on here? What's going on, Eli?
What the heck?
He's got it open. He's
Yeah.
looking.
I don't like
No, I don't. I don't look. Look, I have nothing. You can even
Don't
see for
look.
yourself.
yeah,
Look, guys.
Look, you know Adam Thielen was 25th on that? Look at him go.
Yeah.
Old boy.
no,
he had
I
a good
could-
start to the year, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I believe
Okay.
that as well.
Joel, you're down 2-0. Your turn.
Don't tell me that.
Tua Tagovailoa played against the Patriots and the Jets 11 times in total. Out of those 11 games, what is his record?
9-2.
Let's do 8-3.
No.
10-1.
11-0.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
3 zip. Yeah, Tua has never lost against the Patriots or the
Little
Jets.
trick
I
question
knew he
bullshit.
never lost to the Patriots. I didn't know the Jets.
Yeah, he is he had scored them last year like 64-13 or something. Just the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got them. He's got their number. Even when Belichick was there too, won those games. Okay, Eli, you're up
Oh,
3-0,
yeah.
and it's your turn.
This sucks.
Mahomes has played the Raiders 12 times. What is his record?
12 times, you said?
Yes.
10-2.
Jesus Christ. Yep.
Holy! I mean, come on now. Come on, give me a hard question.
Absolutely
Like,
dialed.
please, these are
He's
just.
dialed. He's actually right.
Come on, man.
It's 4-0.
Come
Joel, which team has not had a top 20 offense in the past 8 years?
I hear a baby crying.
Someone crying,
Yeah,
in the
there's
back?
a baby crying in the parking lot, I guess.
Crying for you, Joel, because you're losing this badly.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, you're getting shit whacked.
Hey, can't say that. Very rude.
Which team has not had a top 8 offense or top 20 offense in the past 8 years?
Correct.
The Bears.
Nailed it.
Let's go.
Absolutely clean.
Damn it, bro. Damn it, bro. I wanted to
Okay.
clean sweep you. I wanted to clean sweep you, asshole.
4-1. 4-1.
No, sir.
Eli, where did tight end Trey McBride finish last year in fantasy points for tight end?
I'd say he finished around the 8 to 10 range. Okay. Sorry. 8.
That was good shit.
No, fuck you.
14.
What?
You're jerking me around. No, it's not 14 either. Back to you.
7.
Yep. This is good.
I was sniffing it.
Hold on.
Man.
What's happening?
Guessing numbers.
What's happening? If he gets one more
That's
right,
not guessing, Joel. I knew he was like around that area, and I just went one down from my previous guess.
that's wow.
Fair enough.
8 to 10. He said right before that. Unreal.
Yeah, fair enough.
He gets one more. This is GG's. Joel, lock in. Your turn. How many tight ends had over 700 yards?
13.
Incorrect. Eli one-shots this. I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Thinking 4.
No.
8.
No.
7.
Incorrect.
10.
Incorrect.
6.
Nay.
9.
9 is correct. Even though Joel's lagging out right here.
Yeah, that
You
doesn't
managed
count.
to get
I'm
that
saying
in there.
9.
You got that in there.
I froze.
You
What?
froze, but you got
You
it.
lost, bro.
You got it. Okay.
Let's
5-2.
go.
Sneaky bastard. Sneaky bastard. Still alive. Eli,
Fine.
where did Jordan Love finish last year in fantasy points, not just for quarterbacks?
I don't even know how to ballpark that as a thing. Somewhere in the 25 to 30
Okay,
range.
give us one number, you jackass.
Okay. 26.
18.
Nope.
I'm way too high on this bullshit. 21.
Nope.
14.
No.
I'd say 19.
No, sir.
15.
No, sir.
11?
No, ma'am.
Don't call me that. Don't misgender me, please.
I'll do what I want.
Go to jail for that.
17.
You doubled it. Almost.
No.
Can you say what numbers we've said?
No, I cannot.
Damn it, man.
That's annoying. Yeah.
That is annoying. Like, we can't keep track of this.
Well,
Sits
how-
here smiling. No.
13.
it is not 13, but you didn't say that yet.
Gives me some peace.
It is 9.
Oh, man.
No way. Oh, Eli, are you starting to sweat a little bit? Are you starting to sweat a little bit?
No, I'm dry as a cucumber.
Should be. Yeah, he was excellent last year. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 quarterbacks finished above him. So
That's crazy.
Amon-Ra at 8, Lamar, Dak, Hurts, Tyreek, McCaffrey, Josh Allen, and CeeDee Lamb. So 5-3,
I still got
and
this.
it's your turn to start. Alongside Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jordan Addison, and Sam Laporta, which other wide receiver finished with 10 touchdowns? And this is only for receiving.
CD?
No, he had 4.
Oh, you meant literally.
Oh, it's the
just-
exact.
10.
Oh.
To be that specific, huh?
Yeah, that's so
That's
not
why I
what I
named-
was
that's why I
expecting.
named the other guys, isn't it?
Let me go Puka.
It is not Puka. Where's Puka? Puka had 6.
DK.
It is not DK. He had 8.
Ayuk.
No. He had 7.
McLaurin.
Scary Terry is not correct. He had less. I don't even know where he is.
Mike Evans.
He had 4. It's not Mike Evans. He had way more. He's at 13.
Devontae Adams.
No. He had 8.
Evan Ingram.
Nope. I said wide receiver.
Oh, damn. Okay, let me take that back.
No.
Um,
No.
reel it
You're
back.
done, buddy. You're done.
Reel it back.
Hopkins.
DeAndre is not correct. He had 7.
The F could this be? Honestly, who the F could this be?
Wide receiver still not named.
Nico Collins.
No, he had 8.
Pittman.
Is not Pittman. I think he had a lot less. I think he had like 4 or something. I heard recently.
Oh, I'm going to go with Rashee Rice.
It is not Rashee Rice. He had 7. Is it hint time?
Nah, we got this, Rachel. This is for all the
Yeah,
marbles too.
We need your bullshit hit. Devontae Smith.
So sorry. It is not Devontae Smith.
AJ Brown.
It's not AJ Brown. They both had 7.
Tyreek Hill.
No, he had more. He's at 13 with Mike Evans. Those guys are tied for first, by the way.
Something to note.
Don't patronize me.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
I'm giving Joel a hint.
Namaste. This might be out there. And tell me if I'm wrong right away, please. Chris Olave.
It's not Chris Olave.
Adam Thielen.
It's not Adam Thielen either.
DJ Moore.
Nope. Can I give a small hint at least?
Yeah, sure.
He is a number 1 receiver.
Like a full-on number 1? Or like a sort of number 1?
He's a number 1.
Zay Flowers?
He was and is a number 1 and was on a number 1 last year and is this year. And it's not Zay Flowers.
Justin Jefferson.
No.
No, bro. No.
I like the guess though. I don't know where he is though. He had a bunch of. He still got over 1,000 yards. He got 5.
Okay, this is crazy.
It's now clicking in that this is
Fucking
crazy.
Nutty, brother.
Hold on, wait a second. I just realized this is pretty wild. Not the money line.
I'm trying to think.
Spit out a name.
Okay, fine. Let's go with Drake London.
It is not Drake London.
Jamar Chase.
It is not Jamar Chase. He had
Fuck,
7.
I really thought that was gonna be it.
I knew it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
How would you know that?
Amari Cooper.
It is not Amari Cooper. I like the guess. He had 5.
Wow.
Okay, I'm giving conference here.
Okay.
AFC. Spit out a name.
Hey, I'm going with Garrett Wilson.
It is not Garrett Wilson.
Stephon Diggs.
Nope. Now you're eliminating teams too, as well as receivers. It's good.
You're right. It is good.
Thank you for saying that. You didn't have to.
George Pickens.
It is not George Pickens.
Portland Sutton.
It is Cortland Sutton. And now Eli has won.
I'm actually thinking, who the fuck is the
6-3.
Denver Broncos wide receiver?
Oh
Wow.
man, that took a while. Holy, I did not think it would be that hard.
Cortland Sutton, yeah, 10 TDs.
Wow.
Good
He
one.
got all the way to 10.
Tied with Addison, Amon-Ra, and Laporta at tight end. And only above them are CD, Mike Evans, and Tyreek. For that.
That's crazy how he went off like that.
Yeah, he's a good receiver.
Him and Bo Nix, man.
Yeah.
Be fun.
That should be it. He might be a little sleeper pick. That's a
Gonna
little
beat the
bonus thing.
Seahawks.
Damn, wow. I still got 2 more questions in here that I can save, I guess.
Okay, GG's.
Yeah,
Nice
boom.
try, Joel. Nice try.
Jeez, Eli,
Oh.
2 in a row.
It's good. I like being on the hot streak here. This is good. I don't like losing, so yeah.
We're gonna see. Joel's gonna be involved more in fantasy this year, though, so we're gonna see. These questions might become easier for him next year.
Oh yeah, true. Joel's gonna lock in, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna
What-
try.
Maybe?
that.
Don't maybe. Yes.
Maybe,
I'm gonna
man.
try my darndest.
Oh God, never mind.
He's not locked in. He's
Yeah,
so not locked
at
in.
all. Not at all. He's effed.
I'll be back.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
it for us this week's Solo Sunday podcast. Like and subscribe, I dare you. Next week, big time fantasy episode. Buckle up. Buckle up.